we go from this to this. Check it out. A couple months ago, we helped two of our friends move, and they had an extra TV that they didn't want anymore.
We just got that new TV right there. Check it out. It's like a plasma.
So we took that, loaded it up in the car, and took it home. Simple enough job. We decided, hey, old TV off, new TV on. But then we decided, hey, let's run the cables behind the wall, which required rewiring, rerouting of cables, cutting, drilling. Decided to paint the wall and, wall mount the cabinet. So this job just got a lot more complex. So here we go. Taking off the old 32-inch Westinghouse. And here I'm just made a template out of cardboard the size of the new TV, which is a 42-inch. So get all the measurements set for the where I wanted the mount to go. Lag bolts all 4 into studs. That worked out really well. New TV fitted. And now I can see where I'm going to put the pass-through, the upper pass-through for the HDMI cables. Using the laser level, got that in the spot that I wanted. Took everything off, all the covers for the outlets, switches, painted. We're using the Sherwin-Williams Eminent Purple. And yes, I'm painting here for 1 hour and 10 minutes. This is not time-lapse. Listening to a Gary V podcast. What's up, Gary? But I got that done. First coat's on. Next day, wall mounts back up so I can see where to put the outlet. I'm going to put it right in the middle of the wall mount. Using an old workbox, a double recess one, and I got lucky here because the Nomex wire I used went right into the existing box. So I connected that one, power's on, plugged in, everything works there. And now going up top, went with the Hubble recessed outlet, which looks really good and works just fine. So power's on, everything looks good, perfect. Next day, getting the IKEA Besta cabinets ready for wall mount. They come with these brackets which connect to the rails, and I had to drill the cabinets for these brackets because this was a floor mount cabinet. Rails test fitted, and now getting them up on the wall, I decided to, of course, measure and remeasure using a stud finder. And I went with these 1/4-inch toggle bolts with cabinet screws because you can only get 1 screw per rail in the stud. So I had 2 toggle bolts, 1 cabinet screw per rail times 4. Then I went and put the rails 2 inches too far to the right. Nice job. So here I am moving the whole system over to the left. Great. Next day, I went with the, this is Commercial Electric Raceway wire trim to hide the lower speaker wires. And it worked out pretty well. Drilled the holes for the speaker mounts and wires because I just figured do that now before the second coat of paint goes on. So taking the rails off, getting everything taped up, and then second coat of paint is going on now. It looks beautiful. Also, this grommet, which was a pass-through, but I found a better pass-through which was wired, so I had to enlarge the hole. So drill that out, and then I just kind of incrementally filed it out so that the new wired grommet, which is this one right here, would fit real snug. And that's done. I cut the back out of this side of the cabinet because there's a outlet that's going to plug into the surge protector, and it just looked cleaner with the whole back of that side gone. So that was out. And now getting ready to wire up and mount the speakers. I didn't have fish tape, so I just took my time, looked through with the light, pulled it through with some needle nose pliers, and got that up on the wall. Went with the Blue Hawk. The smaller toggle bolts for the bottom with the 1/4-inch ones up top was plenty fine. The speakers are pretty light. So I went with these Wally speaker mounts. I had to use a spacer for the satellite speakers here by Bose so the wires would fit. But worked out pretty good. Second side was even easier. Got that situated, all set. Put the rails back up before the TV went up because I had room. So locked those down. Also, I had to drill a hole in the bottom of the Besta cabinet so I could run the wires through to the surge protector. So a little cleanup, flip the stereo on top so it'd have a straighter shot for the cables going through the wall. So I did that, and now just kind of tidying everything up, getting it ready to go into the wall, fishing everything through. Went with the Legrand pass-throughs, 2 of those top and bottom. So I went with this CL3 rated in-wall HDMI cables. They're really thick, and I bought way too much, 15 feet. So I kind of had to zip tie them up as best as I could. And here I am running the wiring for the grommet, just getting everything as tidy as possible before getting it ready for the wall mount. It actually worked out pretty good. But next time I only need 12 feet instead of 15. So here's the wall mount for the TV, getting that ready and getting the HDMI cables set up and get that wired. So now next day, I didn't have much time this day, so I really just put the raceway trim up, and I had to run the speaker wires through this trim. So I did that, and here's the last day. So this is it. Getting everything set up here. TV's all set. I found this Wally TV mount because my old TV was wider, but this TV was thinner, so my center channel wouldn't be able to sit up there except for this mount. Checked everything out. Blu-ray's playing. All speakers are playing, and sound's coming out. Also, the second HDMI cable here for the laptop, and that's working too. So now it's just cleaning it up, getting everything ready, getting it out the way, and getting it ready for the wall mount. A little bit of cleanup here, getting everything centered, everything just as tight as possible. Put some tape on the wall to make sure I didn't nick the wall, putting these up there. And then here we go. It got caught, of course, but then it went up, no problem. Lock both sides down, and then do it again on the other side, which also got stuck. So here we go again. Putting that up, and we decided that was it. We didn't need the feet. Those are gone, and it's starting to look like something now. So the trim, which I painted, wasn't sure if I was going to paint, but I did paint, and I'm really glad that I did. So a little bit of wall trim to come off here. And the third raceway trim, I didn't have it lined up right, so there was a gap. You can see it right there. So I take that off, get that lined up, get it tighter, put that up, and that was it. So that was it. Make sure everything worked. The Blu-ray player was crooked, so when I straightened it, pulled the cable off the back. I didn't know what happened, and what happened was it got pinched. It was a little bit that just was inside the wall or inside the cabinet. But once I got that fixed and plugged back in, everything was working, all speakers were working, everything was good. So that was it. The funny thing was I thought this project was only going to take one day, but it ended up taking 4 weekends. So, but it was challenging. I had to figure stuff out that I didn't know. I didn't really know what I was doing a lot of the time, but I got it done, and it was a lot of fun. So anything that's worth doing is challenging and rewarding. Check it out. There you go. So now you know how to do your own media wall. Good luck. I'll see you on the next video. One love.